Hey there, Michelle. How are you today? How's it going?
Hey, Lindsay. I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. Michelle, I have a question. You ready?
I am ready.
All right. Do you prefer having people over to your house or would you rather visit theirs?
I think there are pros and cons to each for my life.
Yeah.
I think I do like, especially if it's like a dinner, it is nice to just have it be at your house and then you're already home.
Yeah, for sure. You don't have to drive anywhere at the end of the night.
Yeah, so I do like that, but then of course there are so many other things you have to deal with. So
Right.
I will say I prefer having people over now, though, especially since now I have a house. Like when I
Yeah.
was in the apartment, it was harder. What about you?
Ooh, let's see. I really like having people over to my house. It's fun,
Yeah.
but it's a lot more work,
Yeah.
A lot of preparation. You find yourself starting to clean at like noon for an 8 p.m. dinner or something. It's crazy. And then clean up
Yeah.
after. But I do like just having people over. It's kind of cool. It feels
Yeah, it is
different.
fun.
Yeah.
Feels like you're playing house, right? Like
Yeah.
it feels like, oh, I want to be a grown up now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So today we're talking about ways to describe location, but not just any location. We're talking about really someone's home. And this topic was inspired by a role play that we did in our episode. It was from May 23rd, and it was No Dice, Fun Ways to Say Something Didn't Work.
Yeah,
So
that was
this
a good
inspired today's episode.
Yeah, guys, go check out that episode and make sure you are following. Make sure you've hit the follow button on Apple Podcasts or even on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to not miss a single piece of content from us. All right.
That's right. That's right. So I think we should read the role play. So guys, we want you to listen to that episode, but we're going to do the role play because this is not really what it was about. This was about no dice and things like that.
Right.
But we realized, wait a second. We realized something interesting while we
Okay.
were doing this role play.
Let's
so
see
here
what
we go.
realize. Let's do the role play and then we'll point out what we realize. So here we go.
Okay.
Hey, any luck making a reservation for tonight?
No dice. Everywhere is fully booked, unfortunately.
What about that new place by yours?
Oh, no luck either. They're not answering their phone.
Okay, should we just grab takeout from that Chinese place and eat at mine? Okay, so what did we realize in this role play, Michelle?
Yeah, so there was another team member who planned this episode, and we realized that, so when you say, what about that new place by yours?
Yes.
Right? And eat at mine. How did that sound? How did that feel to you to say that?
It sounded kind of Australian to me, actually. yeah, I've heard my Aussie friends when I lived in Tokyo. I had some very close friends from Sydney. And they used to say that all the time. That was terminology that they use. Now, I don't know if they say that in England as well, but I know definitely in Australia. But it didn't
I think in
feel-
England too. I'm not 100. I can't 100% remember, but I would bet on it.
Yeah, for sure. So it didn't feel like American English. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So this is really interesting that because I have noticed that difference with, like Australian English or British English.
Yeah.
And it always kind of sounds cool and cute. And I love, other accents. So,
Yeah.
the British, the Australian, so I always like hearing when people say it, but it is always something that I kind of noticed. And so I'm glad we're talking about this today because, so this is very important for connection because these terms are really personal since they refer to where people live.
100%. Super important. And just because we may not say something in American English doesn't mean we don't want to recognize it and know exactly what it means and be able to respond, right? Of course.
Yes.
Yep. So today,
Exactly.
in today's episode, we're going to talk about ways to refer to someone's home. Right, Michelle? That's what we're getting into today.
Yep. So we can talk again about those differences. But yeah, how do we refer to someone's home? So you can say my place or my house or your place or your house, right?
Yes, my place, my house. So instead of mine and yours, it's something, right? My place, my house, your place, your house.
Right.
Let's go through some role plays, Michelle, and show our listeners both of these in action, shall we?
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to hang out later?
Yeah, let's go to my house. It's closer.
Okay, so there we said my house, and you could have said, let's go to my place. My place is a little bit more casual, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, place is a little more casual, and it could be a house. It could be an apartment, right? So house is, I mean, would you say house about if you live in an apartment?
You can. You can. I feel like kids would be more likely to say that. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit juvenile sounding, but if it depends on how specific you need to be in that moment.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I just want to point out, grammatically. So again, this is the possessive adjective and then place or house, right? So here's the next one.
Yeah. Should we study at school?
No, your place will be quieter.
There you go. And we put a certain emphasis on your place will be quieter, right? Intonation wise. Yeah. Now, our place is the next thing, or our house, right? And this just means referring to a couple, a family, roommates maybe, right?
Yep.
So, for example,
where should we watch the movie?
Let's watch it at our house. Our living room is so comfy and can fit everyone.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then their place or their house, of course. Have you been to Mike and Annie's new apartment?
Not yet, but we're going to their place this weekend. So this is just a matter of putting that possessive adjective there and then changing, it's just context. Who are you talking about? Whose place is this, right? Very straightforward. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, quick question. Do you want to feel more confident when you speak English? If so, we made a free guide for you. It'll help you avoid those common mistakes and start speaking more naturally in real conversations. Go grab it in the description below. And if this is helpful for you, make sure that you like and subscribe. We're here 5 times a week to help you connect in English.
So are there any other ways that you could talk about people's homes, Michelle? Let's go into this.
Yeah. So, well, basically, this is now what we're touching on, that difference.
Yeah.
So what happens in British or Aussie English is that they might use the possessive pronouns on their own. So that's what's going on here. So they might just say, instead of my house, my place, they might say mine and yours.
That's
so
interesting. Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder why they're more likely, how that formed in Australian English instead of American English. I really don't know why, right?
Yeah, it's interesting because it sounds to me so much more casual. Oh, at mine, at yours. But I don't think that's really what it is. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it means it's more casual. It's just a shortened form. I mean, I know in Australian English, they have a lot of idioms. They're known for a lot of expressions and sayings. So maybe that's part of it, like a more casual culture. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't think of British English as a more casual language environment.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. We're going to have to interview someone from Australia.
Yeah, that's true. But Lindsay, would you talk like that? Would you say, like, should we meet at mine or yours? Would you say that?
It doesn't come to mind to say. That's the thing. Like, it's not in my head to say it when, we have all these phrases bubbling up and ready to deploy when we're on the phone or we're talking to someone. It doesn't come up. But I could see, like, if I were living in a place where I were frequently around Australian people and British people, hearing it all the time, I would definitely start using it 100%. Right?
Yeah, that's the fun thing about when you are with people from different places and you start to adopt some of the things that they say. But I don't think that would naturally come into my head as, say at mine, at yours. We generally will say the object, right? My place, my house, my apartment. So again, mine, that would be for my home. That's what they're saying.
Yes.
So it would sound like this.
Yeah. Where are you watching the movie later?
I'm going to watch it from mine. See, I don't think I would say not natural for me.
No. Yeah, for sure. And then yours, of course, means your home. And I guess it doesn't refer to anything else, right? It's just yours means your home. That's the only thing it means.
That's interesting. But I wonder if it could also mean like your office. Like if you're, should we go by yours, right? If you're at work or something. I don't know. Probably.
Of course, it can refer to other things. Like if someone's handling groceries, it looks like those groceries are heavy. Why don't you hand me yours? Of course, that would refer to their groceries. Different. So be careful. We don't mean it just refers to the home. And in terms of like different, I don't know, Michelle. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point. This is very specific to right now talking about people's homes or their places that they spend a lot of time in and trying to figure out like locations rather than, oh, these groceries are mine, right? Because we do we do say, oh, can you help me with mine?
Yeah.
Right? Or, right? We would say that.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like you're not having a problem holding your groceries. Can you help me with mine? Meaning my groceries. It's just referring to the item. We're just shortening it. We don't need to say groceries again. Right? We know that.
Yeah, right. So it's interesting. So again, guys, this is really specific, a very specific context here that you might hear the difference in if you're depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
So then there's also ours.
Yeah.
So that could mean our home.
Right.
So
So for example,
to couples, family, roommates. Yeah.
Yeah. When you live with other people. Where's the party?
We're actually hosting it at ours.
Yeah. Okay. So probably talking to the person that lives with you. Right? Wouldn't you say?
Well,
not necessarily though.
No. I mean, if you are friends, if you are coming over to my house, or I'm hosting. Yeah. I mean, for example, we're hosting my daughter's birthday party. I could say, I'm talking about ours.
Yeah, that's true.
Not yours, but my family's.
Yeah, that's true. You don't need to be talking to the person that lives with you. Exactly. And then theirs means their home. What does this look like, Michelle?
Yeah. So I've never seen their home.
Well, we're going to stop by theirs later. You should come. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also say his or hers, but it's less common unless the context is really clear. So both people need to must need to know the person. Okay. So for example, are you at Daniel's?
No, I'm heading to his now.
Yeah. It's just really different. It's just different from what we do here in the States. So love that variety.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's very interesting to spot these differences. If you noticed, we use these after prepositions, right? So after at, from, by. So I'm heading to mine now. I'll call you when I get home.
Yeah. Or we were hanging out near yours, so we thought we'd stop by.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
But in American English, again, we're not really using those possessive adjectives by themselves, but there are some exceptions. So let's go over when we might do something like this. So first thing is when the word house or place was just mentioned. This is like the grocery example.
Yes, exactly. So should we go to my house or your house?
Right. So we don't need to say house, right? We might just say, should we go to my house or yours?
Exactly.
So that's an example where we would cut off the house, the second house.
Yes, because we've already heard house in the my house or yours. We know we're talking about my house or your house, right?
Right. Same thing would go with theirs, right? Are we having dinner at our place or their place? Rather, we would say, are we having dinner at our place or theirs?
Or when we're choosing between two homes. So are we going to mine or yours? Right.
Yeah. Are we watching the game at mine or yours tonight? I don't know. What do you think about this one? This one might still be a little bit more
Australian still to me.
Yeah, this one feels like it. But I do think in that first example that that's when the key difference is.
I think so. Let's put this into a role play, Michelle, and see what it looks like here. So here you and I are friends, and we are planning a birthday party, and we're deciding where to host it, of course.
Yes.
So where should we have the birthday party? Mine or yours?
I was thinking your place. It's bigger, right?
Yeah, and my place has better parking.
True. Aubrey also offered to host. Her place is huge, but really out of the way.
That's a good point. Let's stick to mine. It's more convenient.
That sounds good. Should we get the cake delivered directly to your house then?
That makes sense, but please come over to mine early to set up. I could use the help.
Of course. Just let me know the time and I'll be there. So this is interesting. So we're going to go through this and see if you guys can, kind of figure out, are we more likely to say this as in American English or not? So because we have them kind of mixed in.
That'll be fun. Let's identify what is
hodgepodge.
Yeah. What is more Australian English and what is more American English? So first I said, so where should we have the birthday party? Mine or yours? What do you think, Michelle? Australian English or American
Australian.
English?
I would
Yeah.
say, I don't think I would say mine or yours. I would
No.
probably still say my house, or I might say my house or your house, or just my house or yours.
Exactly,
Right?
as we showed our listeners. And then you said, I was thinking your place. It's bigger, right? And what
Yeah.
what about that
That's
one?
natural. Yeah, that feels natural to me.
That's us, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you said, yeah, and my place has better parking. So that sounds more natural to me rather than saying, and mine has better. I mean, because we did
We
say
said
your place.
It would be
so,
okay to say mine there, I think. I think it'd be okay.
Yeah, that's true.
In American
Yep.
English, right? Just-
I think that, yeah. So it's really about if it was mentioned,
Was it
if it was just
mentioned before?
mentioned.
That's the difference. In Australian English, they're okay with not mentioning house, right? We said that they don't
Yeah.
necessarily say place. Again, we should have an Aussie on the show to talk about this a bit more. But in American English, you have to say the place for like place or home or house first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very interesting. And then I said Aubrey also offered to host. Her place is huge, but really out of the way.
Yeah. And then I said, that's a good point. Let's stick to mine. Right. Let's stick to mine. So
I would say I would say mine. I don't think you necessarily need to say my place here again. We know what we're
Exactly.
talking about.
We know- at
It's
this-
too much.
yeah.
It's too many times saying place.
At this point, the noun is out there. The noun is place, right? Home, house, place. So we can say that, right? And then you said, sounds good. Should we get the cake delivered directly to your house then? So that one.
Yep.
We say that here.
And then, but please come over to mine early to set up. So this one sounds less common to what I would say. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, even though we did just say house, so we
I
know we're
know.
talking about houses. I think just the chunk over to mine
Yeah.
at yours is just is this could go either way, I think. I mean, I would understand in American English that you're saying my house, right? Because we're talking
Yeah.
about houses.
Right.
But again, in isolation, it's when you find it in isolation. Hey, should I
Yeah.
come over to yours later? Right? That's Australian
Yep.
English. Okay.
Very, very interesting stuff here, it's because, and this is just important. I mean, okay, we'll talk about this on the takeaway. But guys, if you haven't already, listen to episode 2575. That was 5 English idioms that hit hard.
Yes. Tell us,
And-
Michelle, why is this important? Let us know.
Because you're going to be speaking to people from, wherever you're practicing your English, it's important that we know these differences and that we're able to identify them, because I do think, yes, it's connection, not perfection. Absolutely. And people are able to figure out what you're saying, but it is good to note some of these differences, because it can make, to me, a native English speaker go, wait, what? It does sound a little bit more unusual to what I would say. So I would say that, if you are speaking more to Americans, that you would go one way, and use that object. Right?
Yeah.
What do you
and-
think?
Yeah. I mean, I think also familiarity breeds connection, right? So if you're using things in a similar way, I also think that our listeners, our students all over the world, learners of English are learning different versions of English, right? And so you guys are going to be communicating with them too. We're not just talking with native speakers. We know that. We talk with you guys every week in Open Conversation Club, and you tell us that your workplace is global. It's international. That means everyone from everywhere. And so many people who are non-native speakers that maybe you're collaborating with through work are going to have learned Australian English. So they'll be speaking this way. So it's just important to know kind of all of these different ways of phrasing things, and then have your own style or mirror whoever you're talking with. That's kind of cool too. You can become a bit of a chameleon if you want to.
That's as you're saying that's so interesting to me, because I'm imagining, if our listeners work with Americans and Aussies, and so do you just switch it based on who you're talking to at that moment? That could be a good follow-up episode. Or do you just kind of go with one? I think the most important answer is, do you accept the invitation to go have dinner with these people, right?
Like,
right, exactly. That's yes,
that's where the
that's true.
connection
We don't need something like, oh my God, which one? It's fine. So exactly, connection, not perfection. That is really what it comes back to, as always.
All right, good stuff, Michelle. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for this little glimpse into Australian
this was
English.
fun.
Really fun.
All right. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye.